Project Green School Education as a promotion of sustainable use of cultural and natural heritage and resources. Project code 15.2.1001. The project is co-financed by the European Union through European Regional Development Fund under the Intergraph 5A Romania-Bulgaria program. The content of this movie does not necessarily represent the official position of the European Union. Mountains in Bulgaria occupy most of its territory. The vast glades there are covered in all shades of green and alternate with lush ancient forests. The generous nature granted the country with amazing treasures. Rock formations enveloped in legends, caves with beautiful formations, thousand-year-old trees, and breath-stopping waterfalls. The waterfalls are among the most beautiful natural creations. They are a joy for the eyes and a feast for the soul, a part of the natural wealth of Bulgaria. Each one of them had its own line, sound, way of moving and falling of waters. Some of the waterfalls in Bulgaria are hard to reach, others are accessible through separate eco-trails, and there are some which can be reached very easily. Springtime is the most suitable time of the year to visit waterfalls. The snow accumulated in the winter starts melting, and this is the strongest fuel which feeds and empowers them. In addition, just at this time, everything around is fresh and green. Like every walk in the nature, the walk to the waterfall helps the overall strengthening of the body as a result of the activity. It is good to lower the blood pressure and even to shed some excessive weight. In addition, a specific climate is created around the waterfalls, which has a particularly good positive effect for the human body. The walk to some of the waterfalls, as a rule, is very pleasant. Last year's eco-trails were created around a lot of them, and they facilitate and make the access to them safer. Nevertheless, one should have in mind some dangers related to the nature of the waterfalls, about which he should be careful. Firstly, because of the natural moisture, the soil and the rocks around the waterfall are slippery. That's why the mountaineers warn: be careful and avoid slipping and falling. Do not rush. Follow the instructions in the mountain and no sudden moves. When you enter inside the mountain, you feel that the air becomes specific. It feels colder, cleaner and smelly. The purity of the air, the incredibly beautiful nature and the running wild animals are the things that impress the most and make the walk even more pleasant, surprising and intriguing. Montana district is rich in waterfalls. You can find a majestic waterfall in almost every mountain part. 18 kilometers away from the town of Chiprovtsi, in the vast embrace of the mountain, you can find one of the most beautiful natural attractions in Bulgaria, the Chiprovtsi waterfall. In order to reach the waterfall, you have to pass through a specially built trail named Dayanica. It passes through picturesque places in the western section of Stara Planina. In order to navigate to the waterfall, it will take you about an hour and a half of normal walking. There are road signs that will help you to navigate in the right direction so that you do not pass it or lose your way. Once you get to the waterfall, It will mesmerize you with its exquisite foaming, which is formed by the very untypical rock surface around it. The water cascade descends from 18 meters and creates an inspirational picture of millions of water drops dispersed in the air. Its water flows among moss-covered rocks and feeds the rich flora of the woods, which ensures the existence of plenty of fish down the course of the river. The waterfall is a terrific place that will inspire you and conquer you with its natural beauty and charm. It's so calm and peaceful around it that you'd not want to leave the place. Everyone who has had the opportunity to see the water cascade in person has left overwhelmed by his encounter with this landmark. The Chiprovtsi waterfall is a suitable destination for a walk, a picnic, and getting to know the Bulgarian natural beauties. The site is a protected area, which means that nature should be preserved more carefully. Do not pick the flowers, do not disturb the animals running around, and do not kill the insects. They are part of the biological balance of the Balkan and they need to live there. There are many things that attract the attention of the tourists in Chiprovtsi. For some, this is the picturesque nature. For others, the preserved historical monuments or the beautiful handmade carpets. Find some time in order to visit all the attractions. But do not miss the Chiprovtsi waterfall that takes away the breath of each visitor. Keep this same breath because the waterfalls in Montana district do not end with the beauty of the Chiprovtsi waterfall. Below Mount Kom, not too far from Berkovica, is the hidden mountain valley. You could find the picturesque Haidushki waterfalls. The Haidushki waterfalls are a protected area. You can reach them through an existing eco trail. Picturesque views towards the different sites could be seen while walking through the eco trail. The passage is medium-heavy with a duration of 4 hours. The distance could be shorter if you use a car, a bus, or a bike for a certain part of it. There are signs on the eco trail pointing to the Haidushki waterfalls. Another landmark is the river valley. You reach the waterfalls by walking to it. It is very attractive with its fast and numerous foamy thresholds. By reaching the waterfalls, one feels in a secretive magical place. If you look up, you see massive wooded walls and below reigns a deep silence, disturbed only by the breaking small water jets. An eco trail is also built near the waterfall itself. Haidushki waterfalls represent a few small waterfalls 2 to 3 meters in height. They are situated at the merging of the water of 3 small rivers. They're not high, but the place is fabulously beautiful. The dark rocks covered with silver lichens and sweet fern harmonize beautifully on the mad green background. The tree species around the waterfall are also very diverse: black pine, spruce, beech, hornbeam, sycamore, and Norway maple. According to the legend, the name of the Haidushki waterfalls is not random. And years ago, Haiduts used to live nearby the clear waters of the waterfalls. The name of the waterfalls is related to the legend that this used to be a gathering place for Haiduts, and higher in the depths of the Balkan was the bivak of the Haiduts, and this is where the name Haidushki waterfalls comes from. A monitoring and picture-taking site is built nearby the waterfalls, as well as a gazebo with fireplaces that are suitable for a picnic. Spring and autumn are the most suitable seasons to visit these waterfalls. It is very beautiful in the winter too. Then, The waterfalls and the rivers are deep and compensate for the bad weather conditions. But the place left us with unique impressions and a firm conviction that it has to be visited once again. Do not take off the mountain equipment because we are going to the West Staroponina in the vicinity of Mount Kopren. The Kopren waterfalls are located there. You can reach them through a beauty eco trail. It is recommendable to have a guide with you because parts of the route are very hard to pass through. The Kopren eco trail starts from the mountain village of Kopilovci that's situated in northern Bulgaria, about 30 kilometers away from Montana. The eco trail consists of a few passages that describe the circular route with starting point at Kopren Cape. The eco trail at the smaller circle is in a better condition. This is precisely the one leading to the Luzhinskok waterfall. The passage is about 5 hours long. The eco trail will lead you to the site below Mount Kopren. The overall length of the route is about 20 kilometers and a part of it passes very close to the Serbian border. You will feel the power of the nature and you will be amazed by the creations that it can produce by passing through the Kopren eco trail. The most pleasant time to pass through it is from the month of June to the month of October. During this passage, you can see ancient beech forests, waterfalls and bizarre rock formations. Cranesbill, blueberries and strawberries grow on the glides there. You will feel the power of the nature and you will be amazed by the creations that it's capable of producing. The eco trail passes by 3 rivers which form 2 famous waterfalls, Vershyn and Vodenskok. The waterfalls are situated in different places in the area and their height is between 5 and 10 meters. It would be most convenient to visit them after the rains. Then you can see a few more smaller waterfalls. The Luzhinskok waterfall is situated at Milica River. The height of its waterfall is about 8 meters. The area around the waterfall has a diverse landscape that includes ancient broadleafed and coniferous forests, glides, clear springs and rock pinnacles. However, this means that everyone who has visited the Kopren waterfall and has seen the unique nature around the eco trail must not damage the trees. Picking and uprooting of the plants are prohibited. If you see a wild animal, please do not disturb it and do not demolish the nests of the birds and the dens of the animals. With the next waterfall, we will not be tired of walking. It's located nearby the town of Vershets. You can reach it by car, by bike, which could be hired from the hotels in the town, or by walking. There is also a marked eco trail that starts from the town park of Vershets. The distance from Vershets itself is about 5 kilometers and the walk is a pleasant one. The passage is easy and suits all ages. And once you have arrived, the beech forests, the wonderful glides for picnic or tents, as well as many wild raspberries, blackberries, blueberries and strawberries will be waiting for you. However, the eye stops in front of the waterfall hidden among old, deciduous trees. The waterfall is small but amiable and easily accessible. The waterfall represents a double-stage water cascade along the Oroshica River. The access to this waterfall and the river after it is very easy. You can safely dip your feet into the cool waters of the river and take a walk on the stones around the waterfall. The site and the waterfall are known simply as the waterfall. In some places, in the tourist guides, you can find it as Zanozhene waterfall because it's located near the Zanozhene neighborhood, which is very close to the town of Vershets. No matter which waterfall you decide to visit and observe, you can always combine it with a comfortable and close place for sleepovers. In addition, there are other tourist attractions nearby the waterfalls that you must not miss. And do not forget to take a photo camera with you, so you can shoot the beautiful water cascades and the unique plants and trees around them. Project Green School Education is a promotion of sustainable use of cultural and natural heritage and resources. Project code 15.2.1001. The project is co-financed by the European Union through European Regional Development Fund under the Intergraph 5A Romania-Bulgaria program. The content of this movie does not necessarily represent the official position of the European Union.